Everybody, first off, thank you all for coming out. Thank you to everybody who cooked and brought some food. We appreciate it. I know the kids are eager to eat, so we're gonna try to get to that as soon as possible. Obviously tonight we're here to celebrate our seasons. We had 6 boys teams this year. We had a 5th grade team, 2 6th grade teams, a 7th grade team, and 2 8th grade teams. All of our teams, had pretty good seasons, depending on how you look at it. But we're here to talk about those for the night. Give out some awards. We have a lot of awards to give out. We like to try to mirror, the main pro sports organizations. We give out some awards to all the kids. Each coach is going to say a few words about their team. So that's what we're going to do tonight. Hopefully you guys will enjoy the food. We have water and Arizona iced tea for the kids because that's what they love. So we're going to hopefully have some fun. So thank you all again for coming out. Before we start, we appreciate it. Before we get started, so everybody has a program at the table. You can see how it's going to go. We may go out of order a little bit for the presentation of the teams, but don't worry about that. I just want to give a shout out real quick to one of our township committeemen, Mr. DeLuca. He's here. He was here with us last night for the girls as well. I may have to head out early, so I just wanted to acknowledge and thank him for being here. This night is about our kids, our teams, our boys' teams. So we appreciate everybody being here. And it's also about the parents as well, because you guys are the backbone of our program. But we're going to start with dinner. So we are going to, now gentlemen, there's enough food for everybody, so don't go crazy rushing out there. Alright, there are enough drinks for everybody. You can take a water, take Arizona, alright? So for the first group that can go up to eat is 5th grade boys. 5th grade boys. Miami or Miami or Houston? Houston? Miami's going to the final. Alabama or San Diego State? Oh no. Bama? So, now everybody's attention. Okay, that's better. Hello everybody, again, thank you. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the food. One of the benefits of COVID for us was that we were finally able to combine our program with South Orange. For years, our program was Maplewood and then South Orange. And while it did create some nice rivalries, if you really look at the records and the history, we dominated them. So, no, seriously, like even one of our coaches, Coach Marcus, I think, where's he at? He was one of the last kids who played in the Maplewood South Orange, rivalry game, and he'll tell you, Maplewood always used to handle business against South Orange. It was very rare. The last coach, I think the last South Orange team that beat us was unfortunately. No, relax, Marcus. There's a young man who plays for Villanova right now. His name is Mark Armstrong, and he played for South Orange. And they, that was a tough game. They beat us. That was probably the last time, but that was also probably the last time we had that game because maybe a year after or 2 years after, unfortunately, we had COVID. But the good thing is that with the support of our recreation department, department and finally convincing the South Orange Recreation Department, we were able to combine our programs. So we are now, and hopefully will forever be known as the Mapso program. The good thing about that is, as well, is, you know, we have an opportunity to offer more teams and to allow more kids to play. So, you know, at certain levels, we do have multiple teams. We were fortunate enough, we could have probably formed a third, sixth grade team, but we just had a tremendous amount of kids, but as you'll see, we ran out of coaches. So the first team I want to talk about a little bit and call up is our fifth grade boys. So now what'll happen is, don't come up until I'll call you guys up. So our fifth grade boys, they started the season. You know, we had a coach in place for them, Coach Cal, and he started the season with them, and he was with them for probably the first 2.5 months of the season. Unfortunately, he had some work obligations that were making the schedule tough for him. So he reached out and let us know that he couldn't coach them anymore. So instead of really trying to find somebody and go crazy, Coach Lenny and I kind of took over. The good thing about this group is that they are young, they're eager, and they're willing to learn. They're full of athletes. You know, all of these guys on that team play another sport, and they know how to compete. Now, Coach and I, if you know us, and if your son plays for us or has played for us, know that, you know, we have a very different approach, and we have a different kind of standard we hold our players to. So it took them a little bit of time to adjust to that. It took them a little bit of time to adjust to that, but they did, and they, you know, they started the season 1-4, and were able to finish, I think, 7-6, something like that, 8-7. So they definitely turned it around. All the way down to the last game. They were in the playoff hunt. So, you know, it was a pleasure coaching them, and, you know, like we told a few of the girls' teams last night, I'm not going to stop for you again, I'm just going to tell you to leave. You know, we're already back in the gym with them. So those guys, a lot of those guys are already back in the gym working out, and their future is bright. So our fifth grade boys, now I know some of them are not here, so when I call your name up, just come up, hang out over here, and then parents, you guys can come up and take a picture after that. All right, Shane, is Shane here? No, okay. Jonah. Jonah's not here either. All right. Ethan. Ethan is here. Samir. He's not here. We 1 for 4. Kevin. Boy. All right, Evan, come on up, Evan. That's okay. Earl Farrell, Jr. Ish Jordan. Alex, is Alex here? Okay. Rayland, is Rayland here? Rayland's here. Rayland Robinson. We got the twins, Aditya and Ariane Singla. and James Waller. James Waller. All right, so that is the 5th grade team. Last but not least, this guy, we've known him for a while, so he comes from a long line of players that we had coached, Chris Bay. I'm glad you didn't wear the Eagles gear tonight, because you would have been sent home. All right, so parents, if you want to come up and take a photo, feel free, please. We're going to get right into it. So, as I said earlier, one of the teams that one of the levels we were able to have 2 teams at was 6th grade. Pretty much everyone on this team was new to our program. This is our 6th grade gold team. So, so this team, again, Coach Lenny and myself, we were with them for the year, and since we really didn't know many of them, we didn't know what to expect. And these guys, the great thing about these guys, again, another team full of athletes, but they showed up to practice. They all came. They worked hard. They were very receptive to our coaching. And once most of them understood how we were, they adapted. They were one of 2 teams we had in our program that played in what's called the North Jersey Junior Basketball League. So they played in mostly at Bergen and Morris County League. And they exceeded all of our expectations. They finished the year 10-7. They hosted a home playoff game. Not only hosted a home playoff game, won their first playoff game, and then lost to had a tough loss to Wayne PAL, Wayne PAL actually went on to win the league. So that is right. Wayne PAL was the number 2 seed in the league. They finished 15-1. We were the only team that actually beat them in the regular season. So they had a great season. And again, for a group of new guys who never played before, with us at least, they did their thing. And again, some of them are already back in the gym with us. So 6th grade gold, first player, Kingston Anderson. Sean Brandt. Josh Darsley. Jack couldn't be with us. Khalil Dubois. also couldn't be with us. Tommy Morris Road. River Peterson. Alright, parents, if you want to come on up to do some photos, please feel free. He's going to make a game changer. Okay, so we're going to get right to our next group. Okay, so like I said, we're going to go a little bit out of order. Our 7th grade boys. Coach Rich, who's the 7th grade boys coach, couldn't be with us tonight. I guess he's somewhere else with the rest of the team. First of all, thank you 3 gentlemen for showing up. Shout out to you. So contrary to the 6th grade level, the 7th grade level is very limited with players interested in playing. When we had tryouts, I think we had maybe 14 or 15 kids show up, and we were able to keep 11, I think. Give or take a few who decided not to come to some of the stuff. Unfortunately, this was a tough group, and these guys, you know, they'll tell you that these are 3 of our most consistent players, most dedicated players too. So we definitely appreciate that. James, we've known for a little while. He played with us before. We've coached his brother. Finn also has played with us, and we've also coached Caden's brother. So we know these 3 guys. Again, the fact that they're here tonight shows their dedication and commitment to the team and our program, so we appreciate that. So we're going to call all 3 of them up. You guys can come up and take a photo. Caden Aiken. Finn Walsh. And James Costa. Okay, so I know we said like 9:30, 9:30. Hopefully we can keep this moving. 8th grade was another one of the levels we were fortunate enough to be able to have 2 teams. So some of these guys on this team played with us last year, and a few of them were new. And again, it was another one of those teams where Coach and I started out with them, but we really, schedule-wise, we couldn't manage. But we had Coach Marcus, who was helping out Rich with the 7th graders. He was eager. He was in a practice with us one day, and he was like, listen, I know you guys have 3 other teams already, so I'd be happy to help with them. And Coach Marcus, like I said, he's a former player of ours. He played at Columbia. We're happy to have him because he's full of energy, and he really just wants these kids to be the best players they can be. So we appreciate having him with us. The one thing, for the most part, that I can say about the 8th grade boys gold team, even though a lot of the games were tough and ugly, maybe lopsided a little bit, they gave maximum effort. And for the most part, they were receptive to what Coach Marcus was telling them, or any other coach that was, helping them out. So, hopefully they will all continue to play in high school. The ones that are going to Columbia, I know Columbia workouts are going to start soon. So, and if you're not going to Columbia, make sure you check in with your coach wherever you're going. So I'll let Coach Marcus speak about the 8th grade boys gold team.
Hi, everyone. How you doing? First things first, I just want to give a good thank you to Coach Eddie. Coach Eddie.
make sure that you guys throw your garbage out. There are garbage cans along all the walls. Not right now, but we're going to break after the next two teams. All right. So, we had 2 teams in our program this year that won championships. I'll say a few words about our team before we call them up. So Coach and I, we had the 6th grade Red Boys as well. We had these guys last year as 5th graders. Now a lot of them that we knew previously, even as 3rd and 4th graders, but we officially had them last year as 5th graders. We played in the same league the other 6th grade team played in, the North Jersey Junior Basketball League. We finished 8-8. So we were 500. We won our first playoff game and we lost our next playoff game. So we finished the season 500. We finished 9-9. But we knew that, again, like all of the other teams, that they were eager. We had a lot of athletes, kids who play other sports and do other things. So we knew that at some point, their competitive nature and their athleticism was going to all click and mold together. We were fortunate that it happened this year, and they had a phenomenal year. They finished the season 16-0. Won the Suburban League Championship over Melbourne easily. We don't like Melbourne. We'll get into the defensive part later, but we are a program and set of coaches and all around that preach defense. Only 3 games out of 16 that they give up more than 40 points. So they don't even realize what they did. So we mentioned it last night with the girls, and the girls looked at us crazy, but these guys know we have a saying, right? Offense wins games, defense wins playing time. So again, we're very happy with their season. They show up, they work hard, they're committed. Even with all the other sports that they play, a lot of them play on multiple teams. So we appreciate the fact that they stay dedicated to us and they show up and they work hard no matter what.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Just a quick word about the group, man. Coach and I, when he said earlier that we're kind of different, we're kind of different. Some like it, some don't. You accept it, some don't. If you accept it, you succeed. Keep it on. You accept it, succeed. So these guys got a lot of crazy looks at us last year. Like, you want us to do that, or you want us to do this, yeah, that's what we want. And off season, they continued to work and then came into this season hungry. I seen it in their face from last year, they came in hungry. And that's all Coach and I needed to see. They put the work in and got it done. It's that simple. I'm not going to go into all that kind of detail, but they put the work in and got it done, which made us the proudest coaches. All right, so thank you guys. All right?
All right, so I'm going to call them all up. We have one player who is not here. He couldn't make it, Cooper Schwartz. All right, but everybody else is here, right? Yes? I know. Where is he over here? Somewhere else? Playing soccer or something? All right, so Miguel Aliwar. Amir Eaton. Ben Gates. River Hack. Blake Joseph. Everett Levinson. I know I messed his name up even though I asked earlier. Nate Livesay. John Matson. Andrew Pironi. Riley Sanders. Almost like impossible. Blake Waller. Marcus Williams. And Mr. Smiley, we call him Brian Zane. Okay, so we have one more team to call up before we get to dessert and then the awards. So, it's our 8th grade red team. So, these guys, anybody we spoke to about these guys at the beginning of the season, we told them they might be the most talented team we've ever had. But because we are who we are, we would remind them they never won a chip. We would say, hey, y'all did y'all nice, you gotta win. But they were a victim to COVID. They really lost 2 seasons. If you really look at it. 5th grade, they lost a tough game to Milburn in the championship. 6th grade, they didn't have, right, if I remember correctly. Last year, it was a different team. This year, they finally got their elusive championship. They finished They finished 17-1. And then they beat Wayne PAL for the championship, which is super we are grateful for them. We also, they also won a tournament in Marlboro, where they went 3-0 or 4-0 over the weekend. So, and they competed in an AAU league up in Patterson, where they went to the championship up there against a bunch of AAU teams. And if you know basketball, 8th grade really means freshmen and sophomores. So they really did their thing, and they're not done. They're playing next weekend in a special showcase that they were invited to down in Trenton. So yeah, it's a very talented group. We're happy that they finished their year with a championship. But I'm not going to say anymore. They were coached this year by Eddie Turner, who we were fortunate to have. Coach Turner and I actually grew up together, and at one point we played on the same team together. Coach used to be the coach at Columbia High School, and was probably, in the stretch that he was there, the best run that Columbia's had in recent memory. So when I knew that, Coach Kobe and John couldn't be with us this year, I had to call him because I needed somebody who would keep them going and hopefully help them get that championship. So Coach Turner, come on up, say a few words about the team.
Thank you. When Coach Eddie called me before the season started, I was a little hesitant at first because I had never coached middle school before, or younger kids. Usually it was high school and college. So when he gave me a call and let me know that he wanted me to take this position, first of all, it was Maplewood and South Orange, so I couldn't really say no. Then he told me how talented the group was before I got here. So the first day of tryouts that I saw them, I knew how talented they were. So, and couldn't believe how they couldn't win the championship, but that's neither here nor there. It's all right. Yeah, but congratulations to them, though. They won it this year. So. Zachary Alexander. Liam Ayers. Sean Cooley. Devin Davis. William Dyer. I don't see Leo in Utah here, but shout out to them too. Nathaniel Kirby. Orlandis Lawful. Liam Peterson. Liam Peterson. Nicholas Perone. Andre Sumner. And for the record, they have him in the book as Aiden Turner. His real name is Jamel Jones. So, Jamel Jones.
Yep.
Parents, quick story. About 3 weeks ago, we were in practice with the 6th graders on one side of the floor, and the 8th graders was on the other side of the floor. That day, why you showing? The 8th grader was on the other side of the floor, and it happened to be a day that Coach Turner couldn't make it. So I'm listening to our team, but I'm listening to the other side of the floor. And it sounded like a party over there, you know, and I'm listening and I'm listening and I'm listening. And then it's just, I couldn't do it no more. So I called them all together and I told them how talented they were. Did I say that? One of the best teams that Mapso has had. But at the end of the day, any kindergartners in here? No. At the end of the day, y'all ain't won shit. See that? Guess what? They proved me wrong. They proved to me that I've been around this game a long time and know a lot of kids that they are a very talented group. And when they put their mind to it, as a team and or individually moving forward, all these jokers is going to be a problem at the next level. I don't give out too many, you're the best. I don't do that. But you guys are exceptional at what you guys do from the first to the second to the last guy. Congratulations.
All right, so before we get to our individual awards, we do have some dessert. We have some cake. There's chocolate. It's marble cake with chocolate frosting and vanilla filling, and then it's marble cake with vanilla frosting and chocolate filling. So just give us a few minutes to get all the cake and the other treats out, and then we'll call everybody in, okay? I know this looks like a little game. So enjoy the game. We'll do dessert in about 5 minutes. I don't know, yo. It looks like the game is going down. It's a lot of time. I don't know. He's still up too. He's up too. All right, so we're gonna get started. So, gentlemen, have a seat. So with the awards, we try to mirror our awards after with all the, with all the college leagues and all the pro leagues do. So we have 7 awards that we're going to give out tonight, and each team has a winner of that award. So for some teams, I know some teams voted on the awards, some teams, it was a collective, but each of these players that's going to win one of these awards represents that award for their team. And then certain awards will honor someone as that representative of that award for the entire program. All right, because there are certain players who stand out who deserve to be recognized. So each award actually, with the exception of maybe one. So the first award we're going to give out, a lot of the awards are self-explanatory. This award is for our 6th Man of the Year. All right, so the winners of these awards, what we'll do is, gentlemen, when we call your name up, you can come up, we'll give you a trophy. You can stand over here, we'll take a picture as a group, and then if each parent of the player wants to come up and take a photo, you can. So that's how we'll do this, all right? So the 6th Man of the Year, for the 5th grade team, Jonah Chapman. Is he here? He's not here. All right, well, Jonah Chapman's not here. Okay. For the 6th grade gold team, Braden Landers. He's also not here. Landers is not here. For the 7th grade team, Finn Walsh. Finn Walsh. Congratulations. Stand up. For 8th grade gold, Trayvon Bush. He's not here. For 8th grade red, Liam Ayers. And for 6th grade red, and for the program, this young man, we've known him for a little bit. He started out the season as a starter. But we moved him to, we made a change in our lineup about halfway through our season, and it changed our team, not just because we made a change to the starting lineup, but it also gave us more strength and more depth off the bench, and he embraced it. He didn't complain. We had to remind him sometimes that, just because you're coming off the bench doesn't mean that you don't have a pivotal role, but he embraced it and he thrived in it, and he, especially at the end of the season, in our playoff run, he made some big plays for us, and he knows we're going to stay on him. John Mapson. Okay, so the next award, I should say ROI. No fifth, it's only 3. So Rookie of the Year, again, self-explanatory. It's somebody who's new to our program, new to the team, and who, made an impact on their team. They whether they were a starter, whether they were a bench player, they were somebody who stood out from the other new players and really represented what it means to be a part of the program. So again, it's rare that we have a lot of kids who are new. A lot of our kids return, but we have 3 this year. I don't think any of them are here. 8th grade gold is Zachary Wanix. He's not here, right? No, okay. 7th grade is Chris Schmidt. He's not here either, right? All right. 6th grade, though, I know he's here. There's a lot I can say about this young man, but he is also the representative of the award for our program. He represents the 6th grade red team. And if you watched us play, if you were fortunate enough to see one of our games, you know that he is just a ball of energy, and he impacts the game in ways he doesn't even know yet because he's so young. One of our younger players, he could have won a couple of other awards too, but he is our 6th grade Rookie of the Year and Program Rookie of the Year, Nate Livesey. Okay, so the next award we're going to give out, again, another self-explanatory award, is Most Improved. Again, these are players who, over the course of the season, may not have shown their true strength, but also, over the course of the season, embraced coaching, got better, showed up, competed, and remained dedicated. So these 6 young men are the most improved players of the year for their teams. So, 5th grade, Earl Farrell Jr. 6th grade gold, Micah Hill. 6th grade red. With our team, we let our kids vote, and we discussed it, and we didn't see this one coming, but I mean, that's what the kids thought, and we talked about it, and it made some sense. River Hack. For the 7th grade boys, Caden Aiken. eighth grade gold, Justin Carpenter. And for the eighth grade red team, and for the program, one of the few who I believe is staying at Columbia, and I'll bring up Coach Turner to say a few words about him, Arlandis Law.
When he started the year off, very talented, was by far one of the best players on the team. But in the beginning of the year, he was kind of struggling finding his role, what kind of player it was he wanted to be. And then I believe in the middle of the season where he was injured and sick. And when he came back from his injury or sickness, I don't know what he was doing there, but he came back a superstar. So something clicked. I don't know. He came back. It's okay. Keep him on that. Don't take him off that. But no, he definitely, his upside is crazy. It looks like he's going to be about like 6'7". Grabbed every rebound, and at the end of the season, he hit every three. So. Coach Marcus here still, Coach Marcus. Congrats, boss. Coach Marcus Tompkins, you're here. Where'd you go? Okay, so the next award we're going to give out is, again, self-explanatory. It's Mr. Hustle. These young men represent everything that coaches look for that doesn't show up in a stat book. The guys who will dive on the floor for the loose ball, who aren't afraid to box out, who aren't afraid to do the dirty work, and who sometimes it looks so weird. They don't know what you think. They don't know what they're doing, but you gotta believe that there's a method to their madness. So these are the Mr. Hustle Award winners for 5th grade, Evan Fitzhugh. For 6th grade gold, Eel. For 6th grade red, Miguel Amigo. Seventh grade winner, I don't think he's here. Cooper Ferguson, he's not here. Cooper Ferguson, 7th grade.
For 8th grade red, Nick Perone. Nick Perone. Left. Typical Perone. Alright, for 8th grade gold and for the program, you know, because I said earlier, Coach and I, we were with this team in the beginning of the season and throughout the year when we could be. This guy, he's just always all over the place. And he deserves this award more than anybody else. And I'll bring up Coach Marcus to talk about him. Ty Goose.
So the reason why I picked Ty was because, for one, I feel like whenever there's a situation, wherever there's like a dead ball situation, where I feel like there's just nothing going right now in the game, I feel like Ty's the one that brings us all together. I feel like he's the one that would get on the floor for the ball. He was always the one that would get us back into that mode, and everybody would just. I feel like they gravitate towards Ty, and I feel like when you got that guy, when you got that one blue guy, I feel like the team goes a long way, and I feel like every winning team needs one of those players. So that's what I did.
Okay, so the next award we're going to give out is what we call the Sportsmanship Award. So this award, it's not necessarily based on a skill or any particular attribute, but there are a few that we look for. This goes to the player who exemplifies selflessness, loyalty, hard work, and is a competitive and compassionate teammate and leader. These young men represent that and represent our program for that. They are, you know, the definition of the type of player that every coach wants. You know, they don't complain, they show up, they work hard, they do their job. They might not be the most mobile, but they still lead in ways that you know, aren't always seen, like I said, in a stat book, or might not even always show up in the game or during the game. But these are those type of gentlemen, and these are the type of players that every coach wants, and hopefully, as they continue to play, they'll continue to have the same impact. For 5th grade, Raylan Robinson. For 6th grade gold, Sean Brand. For 6th grade red, Blake Waller. For 7th grade, he's not here, but the winner is Rohan Brezinov. For 8th grade gold, Leo Kraft. And for 8th grade red, again, we're not going to really define a program winner for this because all of these gentlemen represent this type of award. For 8th grade red, that's Devin Davis. So we have 2 more awards we're going to give out, and we can get out of here. So, as I alluded to earlier, we are a program that preaches, teaches, emphasizes everything about defense. And this award, we save it for the second to last because it means a lot to us. Again, we tell our kids all the time, you might be able to score 30, but if you give up 35, you're not doing anything, right? So we preach defense, we teach defense. Anybody who knows how our practices go, know that we spend, we do our skill work, we do our individual improvement, we do our teamwork, but we spend the majority of time on what we call defensive shell drill. So, defensive players of the year, again, these gentlemen just stood out. Never afraid to guard the best player, always accepted the challenge. Whether it was the smallest guy on the floor, whether it was the biggest guy on the floor, never questioned their coach. Yes, coach, I got it, I do it. These are those guys, the definition of our defensive players of the year. So for 5th grade, James Waller. For 6th grade gold, and I think he might have bragging rights over all his brothers for this, Josh Darcelin. I told you our manager was going to the Final Four. For 6th grade red, we had to go with 2. There was just no way that we as coaches could not. Both of these gentlemen, they also, for our team, could have won other awards. But they were the 2 guys who, if we knew that a team had an opposing player who supposedly was their best player, we put them on. It was either one or the other, and they never backed down. They embraced it, and I know that they do some private workouts, and I know that in those workouts they actually practice defense. You already know. So, again, our defensive players of the year for the 6th grade red team, Riley Sanders and Banquet. For 7th grade, from the games I saw, he was a blocking machine, and he earned this. Caden Aiken. For 8th grade gold, Dylan Gilliard. And for 8th a lot of time, a couple of games where we were at, and especially the championship game, a bunch of our sixth graders were there. They came to watch, and we told them, like, yo, watch how this kid defends. Look at him. He don't care who he's guarding. He's got tons of energy, and he does his thing. And he's our program winner in 8th grade red. I'll bring up Coach Turner to say a few words about him. Dre Sumner.
Hello again. Andre, by far the best defender we had. Actually, honestly, I think all the games that we lost, he wasn't there. I'm not thinking about it. But no, he was fearless. He's really the only guy we had that could defend anybody on the court, even in the championship game. Like, I even put him on a big man. So whoever the best player was on the other team, unfortunately for him, he was the person that was assigned to playing him and stopping him. He can play full court. He's good in help. He stays in front of his man, and he hustles. So, but no, definitely though, that's definitely his calling card for the future. Though. If he's gonna play varsity next year for somebody, he's definitely gonna be in the game playing an opposing point guard. So, thank you.
So, we're going to get to our last award. It's our Player of the Year award. Before we do that, I just want to thank a few people who make this all possible. Hopefully they're still here. Obviously, I announced him earlier, Mr. DeLuca. He's one of our committee men in town. He's here as a big supporter. Thank you for being here. We have Nick Walls. He's a big part of also what we do. He works in the office with us. He's here. And also our Director of Community Service, Alyssa Mancuso. She's here as well. So a lot of this, we can't do this without them and their support. So we appreciate them. So the Player of the Year award for the boys. First of all, another person we can't do this without is who this award is named after. You know, I had the fortune of being able to coach in high school this year, and you know, a lot of times, you know, I would have to leave early or get to practice late or get to the gym late. So that's just one of the many reasons why this award is called the Lenny Grace Player of the Year Award. So I really, before I give out the award, I need everybody to stand up and give a round of applause, because this program doesn't run without this guy. Having him as my right-hand man, and him and the rest of the people that, you know, work for us, work with us, made this easy. So I know I'm the one who sends all the emails and does all the behind-the-scenes stuff, but this guy, he's the reason we go. So the winners of the Lenny Grace Player of the Year Award. That's the trophy. They get a little special design. For the 5th grade boys, this little levelhead, he was actually with us last year. He played with us on the 5th grade team last year as a 4th grader. And, like I said, we've known him for a while because we coach his older brother. His sister's in the program, now he's the third in the program. And he's just a ball of energy. All of these players, him included, represent all of the previous awards kind of balled into one. And, represent the player that, kind of makes the team go. If that player's not there, things might not go right or it might look a little bad on the court. So for 5th grade, that's Chris Fay. So for 6th grade gold, we have two because these two guys also made our team go. They were our starting backcourt. And again, when one of them wasn't there, we looked off. We didn't play right. The team didn't go. And both of these guys, the crazy thing about them is they weren't probably the highest scorers all the time, but they kept us in line. They did what they needed to do to make the team go, offensively, defensively, on the bench, in practice. So our 6th grade gold players of the year, Tommy Marsville and Spencer. Sixth grade red. Like I said, we let our kids vote for the awards, and Coach and I discussed. Some of the votes were interesting, but at the end of the day, this one gentleman stood out. It's kind of, if you watch us play, it's self-explanatory. Like, we win as he went. If he showed up late, we would take a quarter to get going. If he was down on himself, we would be down. Sometimes we really needed to get on him, and we had permission from Mom, don't worry about it. Our player of the year for 6th grade red, and one of our bright spots in the program is Amir Eaton. Seventh grade player of the year. He is here. So we're good. Ironically enough, he hasn't always played with us, but he's with us. He's not, like I said, his brother was in the program. We coached his brother. He played 5th grade, but then 4th grade. I don't. The COVID years get everything messed up. He played with us in the fall a little bit, but definitely, the player of the year for the 7th grader is probably the most impactful player for them and their most important player, however you want to look at it, James Hosker. Okay, so the final two, yes. We have co-player of the year for 8th grade red and for the program. Again, I'll let Coach Turner talk about them a little bit, but these two gentlemen, they if you watch that team, they made them go. So they represent, 8th grade, all right. 8th gold, my bad, I forgot 8th gold, long night. 8th gold, well, he definitely made his team go. If you saw that, he was definitely the guy who did everything for them and tried to help them through some of their tough games. Evan Waller. right, so 8th grade, Red. Two players who, again, made their team go, and I'll let Coach Turner talk about them. Zachary Alexander and William Dyer.
Zach is probably no surprise to anybody here. Anybody who's seen us play know he's probably our most consistent player from the beginning of the season. He's got everything pretty much. He's a solid defender. Offensively, there's really nothing he can't do. He can pass, he can shoot, he can create his own shot, he can create for others. Again, he's getting ready to go into high school, and depending on where he goes, he also is a player that can probably either start on some teams or at least make the team for varsity. But he's a hell of a player. He's got a bright future. And Will he's one of those people that you really don't want to tell him how good he is because it kind of affects his game. But I'm going to go ahead and tell him at the end of the year, so I don't have to coach him anymore. But no, he's another player. I had a couple of people, refs, come up to me and tell me that he can start for some varsity teams right now. Like I said, he's thinking 2 or 3 passes ahead. He's a great passer. He's probably the key to our fast break. Can finish, can probably get by any defender who's on him. And when he wanted to, play defense. But no, another kid actually, by the way, I think him and Andre both, when they weren't here, those are the games, all the games that we lost. So, we can blame that on them. But we would have probably won the tournament in Patterson on T-Net, wherever it was, the AAU tournament if they were there. And the other game that we lost to another AAU team in that same league. But I kind of want to take the time. I don't want to leave anybody out here because this team is actually so good that there were a couple of players that deserved awards. It's just that the awards that were given didn't necessarily fit them for our team. But I'll start with, if there was a 1A and a 1B and a 1C, I couldn't give out 3 MVPs, but it would definitely be me. Another player who's got a bright future. He might have the most upside of anybody on the team. He's like, if there was anybody I had to bet to get a triple-double, it would be him. He rebounds, he passes, he can score. And of course we had Sean. Sean is trying to find him, I'm sorry. But he's another one of the players, we have so many guards. There are teams that we played against this year that he would have been the best player on the team. But like I said, we were just so loaded. And he's another kid that has a bright future. He can shoot the lights out. He's a good high pick and roll player, and defensively he brings a lot of energy off and on the ball. So I want to give a shout out to him. And then we have Jamel Jones, who is also my son. Missed the second half of the season. Made things a little harder for us, but another player has probably been running up with Mr. Hustle right there with Nick, probably the strongest player on the team. Nick as well. And one of the most improved on the team as well. He's won a couple games for us this year, starting with the tournament that we played down in Marlboro. He had a hell of a tournament down there in the beginning of the season. He's in 8th grade. He also is going to go to bigger and better things. So, you know, I'm proud of him. I love him. There you go, Aiden. And the last one, then I promise. And that's Nick. He left, but he was also like one of the toughest kids on the team. We had multiple starting lineups depending on who was there. And he was one of the kids that I could put him on the guard defensively. He took charges. He was the toughest kid on the team by far. So wherever he is, hopefully somebody will tell him about this. But that's it. Thank you.
All right, so before we head out, two things. You know, as someone who's been doing this for a long time, I just want to say thank you to all of you parents who allow us to coach your young sons.
Hey, Coach, got something I give you.
What's that?
Got something I can give you.
All right. Right now? Oh, wow.
So, as you can see, these guys give so much of their heart, their days, their lives to everybody in this program. And I know from all of the 6th grade, from the 6th grade goals and 6th grade red, we wanted to make sure we gave you a card from each of the teams, and then specifically from the parents for the 6th grade red, for the commitment you guys have just shown to these kids, the love, the nurturing, even the hard parenting that you give to them on the court. We wanted to thank you and commemorate sort of the undefeated season that you had for the boys for that. So, thank you, Coach Adam. Thank you, Coach Lee.
Sure.
All right, so on behalf of the 8th grade red team, I didn't know we were going to have to be making public announcements, so did not prepare ourselves. But Coach Eddie, come on up here, come on up here. And Justin, he was here for a second, but did he leave? He left. Okay. So Coach Eddie, we just want the parents of 8th grade red just want to say thank you so much. We have all been together since 4th and 5th grade, and you kind of step into us as parents here in the Mapso community, which is not an easy step sometimes. And so we just want to thank you for coming in, for really mentoring these boys, for taking them to a step that they had never been able to achieve in their years, that they always wanted to achieve, and you brought us there. And you made them and you gave them the confidence to know that they could do it, that even in the hard times and in our losses, that we could rebound and we could get back into the game. And that even when we went down, we could come back and win the game. And that is more than just basketball, that's life lessons. And so these boys are really ready to go take on high school, and we appreciate you. So on behalf of the entire parents team, this is a little token of our appreciation.
Before we go, I want all of the players to stand up. All the players to stand up. The last thing we're going to do for tonight, then we can get out of here. You guys need to give your parents a round of applause, please. Because without them, without their support, them driving you all over the place, doing everything for you, you guys would not be able to be a part of this. Parents, again, thank you for trusting us with your sons. Thank you for believing in us and allowing us to do what we do. Until next year, we will see you then. Have a good night and enjoy this video. Anybody wants some cake? There's plenty left. You can take some on your way out. There's plenty of cake left. My sixth grade right there. Come on.